My name is Benjamin. It's nice to meet you.
Wow.
I sometimes don't get a picture of who I'm watching for, so
Yeah.
I may sit there like looking right at the person that I'm looking for and not realize it. Happy Tuesday to you.
Yeah, you as well. How's the Tuesday going so far?
Well, I just started not too long ago, Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
So it's actually stronger start than other days. It's been quite slow as of late, so
Yeah.
so it looks promising,
Yeah.
which I'm thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not as many people in the city as we would have normally had.
True, that's so
Sound
true.
good.
This year has been quite the turn of events unexpectedly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't doubt that. The resilience of the business model for Uber is not going anywhere, even
True enough, eh? True enough.
even with the pandemic. I mean, they were hit hard, but
yeah.
certainly not as hard as other areas of the economy and hospitality.
Well, one thing I've been really thankful for in this line of work here is, well, it still kept on going, and it took a couple of months off there, Jordan, but I could come back whenever I wanted, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people don't have that option, right?
Yeah.
Often. They are kind of stuck with...
You have a job or you don't.
Exactly, yeah. So that is something for which I'm super thankful and grateful for, because it's a stressful thing when you're like having no options that way, right? You're just sitting at home saying, I wish I could even walk into my work, but the work is not there.
Uh-huh.
And it's quite a stress for a lot of people, I imagine.
I was, even before the pandemic, I was stressed out about the economy.
Yeah.
And my employer was not doing very well, but I switched right as it all happened.
Oh, really,
So
eh?
I also feel very lucky that I got the job that I got, because if a month later,
Yeah.
the hiring freeze would have kicked in, I might have been able to switch over. And then my former employer might have had to lay me off. And so it's,
What do you do for work?
I work in finance.
Okay.
So I'm an analyst for an accounting company.
So
And so we do I do valuations.
okay.
Yeah.
And you understand numbers.
Yeah, I guess I have to kind of tell the story with numbers usually. So
I like that. You tell a story with numbers.
yeah, you just sort of interpret them and you compare them and you make predictions, and it's a lot of forward looking,
Yeah.
which I like.
Yeah.
But then you can also kind of bring in some just rational kind of ideas of how things might shape up,
Sure.
because A will create B. The pandemic might create job losses, which creates opportunities in other areas, or whatever it is. There can kind of be a narrative.
Is there a way that you guys are trained how to tell the narrative in a way that lessens the blow for your clients?
No. We kind of like I don't know how many people even read the reports that I'm writing, because I think sometimes it's just more for tax planning or shareholder planning. So we just kind of keep it pretty independent. And just kind of, if we have an assumption, we just sort of need some kind of backup for where we got the number from.
I see.
But it's a lot of it's very repetitive after a while, even though every business is different.
Yeah.
A lot of what I do is kind of the same for every business, and then there's just sort of like smaller aspects that I'll do that are kind of specific to the industry that they're in, or whatever.
Okay. Did you set out from the get-go, like at a young age, this is what you're gonna do, or did this like evolve over time for you?
I'd say it definitely evolved.
It did, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do in university.
Yeah.
Studied economics.
I've been there.
And wasn't really opening up doors, and so then I switched gears into finance. Kind of my last year of university, I started doing the CFA, which is kind of outside of school, a charter.
Okay.
And so that was kind of most of my my finance education was through the charter, and I had an economics degree, and so that eventually led to me getting a job at my former employer.
Yeah.
Sort of private investments and real estate related. And I mean, I guess the nice thing though about having the background in finance, that one of the reasons I liked it was it's quite transferable. You can sort of work for there's a lot of different types of jobs across the spectrum, and
sure,
if you've done a CFA, you have a good understanding of what every type of job out there looks like.
Okay.
Whether it's in corporate finance or portfolio management or.
Which one do you prefer?
Well, I mean, I'm still trying to decide that for myself.
Okay.
I've really only sort of worked on a corporate finance side.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, there's also within corporate finance though, there's investment banking, which would be interesting. I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Portfolio management is more managing other people's money and trying to make money with their money.
Right.
And I don't know how much I would want to do that. It's sometimes it's just a lot of stock picking and you're just researching companies.
Yeah.
It's not that boring, but
yeah,
I could see it getting a little boring.
Gotcha. And you don't like that in your job prospects? Yeah. I like that too.
Yeah, I like to learn something, every day, and and I think that's another reason that I like being in finance is you get to learn about a different business and different industry or whatever. Today I was looking at a company that does commercial refrigeration and air conditioning.
Okay.
So I gotta figure out what that's about, And
interesting.
The day before that, I was looking at an architecture firm. It's like, well, how much money do I make? And,
I see.
It's a completely different business, but
yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm coming to a number that I'm calculating it the same way, kind of. Like it's the approach of the finance approach to the valuation doesn't change really.
Sure.
It's just maybe the assumptions that drive the valuation.
I see.
And
then the other element about what was intriguing my curiosity is in relation to the way you do work. Mm-hmm. Is there a way that you also implement what you do at work in your personal side too, or is that different?
A little bit. I do try to, I guess, apply what I'm doing to my own personal finances.
Okay.
It's not really as exciting because there's not a whole lot of numbers to look at.
I see.
And I've tried to do this and to actually budget, but I've been terrible at it.
Okay.
I can make the greatest looking budget and I can track it really well. Yeah. But then I don't abide by it.
I see.
So it's mostly I use, I guess, my skill set to track and monitor and review. Every 2 weeks when I get paid, I import my credit card statement. Yeah. And I put, I categorize all the expenses. Yeah. And then I look at like a high level, kind of like a little spending report for myself.
Sure. Yeah.
And I guess I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want to do it for other people.
Okay.
Like that's kind of where you get into wealth management.
Sure.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like doing it for myself, and I think I hope that I can continue doing it for myself.
Sure enough.
If I get busier, actually have wealth to manage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But right now it's more of an expense management kind of process. And
I think for us young people, we're sort of in that sowing season of investing, right? Saying may not be there. We don't have the years of investment, but But then it seems a lot different, doesn't it, from like our generation to the previous generations that have substantial wealth?
Yeah, well, they were all putting their money in real estate. I think there was the real estate shifted though, and they made a lot of money in their real estate as well, which completely changed their portfolios. I think our generation's going to struggle to save for retirement and to, afford a house and to afford a car. And, it's interesting. It shouldn't be a whole lot different because as prices go up, so do wages. But I think that there's been a disproportionate change in some of the consumer staples and kind of big expenses like houses. I think those have gone up more than salaries have. So I'm a little less than optimistic, I would say, about our generation. But I'm also taking that from my own experience as well, and so I might be biased in saying that.
the other element about it too is also the discipline necessary, right, for us to execute on, okay, here's what it's going to take for us to make a go of it, like in a realistic sense. In the execution really of building investment and kind of sticking with it, right? Because I think we're so wired in our generation to
instant gratification.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's sort of why I don't invest right now. Because I think I know enough to know that I'm not going to make money investing. I probably know a lot more than the average person, and so I choose, I guess, to kind of passively manage. So just to sort of buy ETFs that track a group of stocks, and then just not sell them. And I've got friends who are they're telling me there's this gold corp, and they're supposed to like hit gold pretty soon.
Yeah.
All my friends are buying it.
Yeah.
Penny stock.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys aren't investing. You're gambling.
Oh.
Right? Because it could go up like fourfold if they find gold.
Sure.
But if they don't find gold, then it goes down to zero.
Yeah. Yeah.
You lose everything. Like that's not a desirable outcome.
And it's part of that consideration, the newness versus the establishedness of this investment opportunity.
Yeah. If it's I mean, I think it's